couple minutes ago, we took you live to the Mall of America. It is still the largest mall in the United States at over 5 million square feet. But did you know there are bigger malls in the world? The Iran Mall in Tehran is 4 times larger
than MOA
in square footage. Think about that.
Whoa.
It's like 21 million. And the Dubai Mall is about 3 times bigger.
Our area, of course, has a rich history when it comes to malls. You probably know about the first mall in the country being the one at Southdale in Edina. Well, joining us with an in-depth look, including the future of shopping malls, is University of Minnesota professor Thomas Fisher. It's nice to have you with us.
Good to be here.
The good old mall. I feel like they were kind of dying a few years ago, and now they're starting to make a comeback. Talk a little bit about malls and the history and kind of how they got started.
Well, sure. So we had the first enclosed mall here in Southdale in 1956. The Dayton family wisely actually had their competitor Donaldson's also located there. At first people said they were crazy to put your competitor, but they found that if you put both competitors in the same place, more people would come there. And so the whole idea of an air-conditioned mall was, Southdale was the first air-conditioned mall. At the time, it was one of the largest air-conditioned spaces in the country. It really became the model for every mall since then. So it was really an innovation. They had all of the loading underneath, their truck tunnels underneath so that you don't have loading docks. They had indoor cafes. The architect came from Vienna, and he built the mall like a Vienna street with trees. They had an aviary for birds. They had water and fish.
Yeah, this picture sort of shows that. I was looking at this earlier.
Yeah, so it was really thought of as an urban street, and he envisioned there being housing, offices. He really wanted it to be a new kind of downtown in the suburbs. And now finally we're building a lot of the housing that Victor Gruen envisioned, many, many decades ago.
Was it this is going to be a tough question for you to answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Was it the weather that drove the innovation for the indoor mall, or was it the people here, like the Daytons, who had a vision for something like that?
I think it was both. I mean, clearly the weather. There had been some earlier malls. Gruen had done a mall. It was outdoors in Detroit, which has winter weather, but our weather is more severe, and so they said, and we also have hot summers too, and so the idea of a warm place in winter and an air-conditioned place in summer made a lot of sense in Minnesota.
So they build the first mall, and then kind of what happens from that? Did it take off all around the country? Was everyone like, we have to get one of these?
Absolutely. I mean, people came from all over the world to see Southdale. Of course, we built a lot of other dales around Ridgedale,
that's a great point.
Yeah.
I think we overlooked that.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we started to build malls that Victor Gruen, the architect of Southdale, did all those others. And then, of course, it just became a global model for retailing that really took off. Everywhere.
And you do see that, I mean, really now with the malls around here, almost every one of them has this whole ecosystem of housing and is that going to continue?
Well, right, because they really are now becoming more destinations. That was really the innovation of the Mall of America. It wasn't just a place to shop, it was a place to have entertainment. It was an experience, right? And so as we're seeing with the Mall of America, there's offices, there's a lot of housing around it. And so I think the malls of the future are going to be these mixed-use destination places for people, where you spend days rather than hours.
Well, I mean, if you think about Mall of America, you have like the Great Wolf Lodge there, and you've got the hotels there. I mean, it is a destination where people come in, again, from all over the country just to explore for a weekend that property.
And this is how we compete with online shopping. I mean, it's easier to shop online, but so you don't go to a mall necessarily to shop so much as to have experiences, things that you can't do online. So, and to be social, to be in with other people rather than, shopping alone online. And so I think that they're going to serve a different kind of purpose than online shopping.
And you're saying what you see coming next is to be able to go into a mall and get, personalized items. And you said Nike, well, you experienced this. Nike's already doing something.
Yes, right. This idea that your customer is a co-creator of products. And so you'll go in there and you can mass customize. You maybe even can make the things you want to buy in the store, and it becomes yours, and you're part of that creative process.
That's what we did for my son. I was in Paris a couple of years ago and he wanted a jersey. And I bought him the jersey, and you can pick out what level of jersey you want, because if anyone is buying a jersey out there, they have the base model, the medium line, and then like the professional. And we were able to put whatever name we wanted on the back of it. I mean, the whole process, I was videoing it for him. Like, it's an experience in itself.
Right, right. And again, this is something that you're a participant in, right? So I think this is the future of retailing, and we're going to see also AI have an impact. There are now some proposals where when you enter the mall, it'll know who you are and what kinds of things you like to buy, and it'll actually give you a curated route through the mall, and we think you'll like this, we think you'll like that. So it'll be a whole experience that'll be customized to you.
I read something about that, like maybe 10 plus years ago, that is an RFID technology that it's using, and that's before AI. Boy, I can't imagine how much even more targeted they could get using artificial intelligence.
Right, and we're also seeing them becoming sort of community centers, where we're seeing city halls, libraries, other kinds of public facilities going into malls as well. So again, they're going to become more like community centers and experiential places as much as a place to buy things.
Well, that takes investment, right? So I'm thinking about the sheer number of malls that we have in a state like Minnesota or a state like Florida. It's going to take a lot of money to get to the future that you see. So does that mean we lose malls out there, or they get?
There are a lot of dead malls. We have 5 times the amount of retail space per capita than Europe. So we're already overbuilt in terms of retail space. So a lot of malls are closing, but a lot of them are being converted to other things: community colleges, housing, production facilities.
Spirit Halloween.
So you know, they're being reimagined. Right? I mean, the Mall of America will always be there, and I think Southdale will always be there in part because of its historic importance. But others may close or change.
Yeah, and even Mall of America is always looking at how it can reimagine. There's that big talk of the water park.
Absolutely, right. And so they have to always be keeping up with the trends.
Interesting. Professor, thank you. This was a lot of fun to have you on.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate you coming in. If you'd like to learn more about the Minnesota Design Center, about the history of malls, you can head to minnesotalive.com.